everyone, how are you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Tess if you're new, and today I have for you a full face of Huda Beauty products. In honor of my giveaway, I just gave away a Gold Obsessions palette from Huda Beauty, and congratulations Laura G for entering, and she is the lucky winner. And I will be doing another giveaway very, very soon. I have so much makeup that I couldn't possibly ever use from BoxyCharm and just from, okay, I'm a makeup addict. Okay, I admit it, but actually that's really good for you guys because I do love to share what I don't use, which is a lot of it. So today my favorite makeup brand is Huda Beauty, and I'm going to be showing you her new Faux Filter Illuminating Matte. Now this is the new one. No, this is my old one and this is my new one. Now they look like the package is identical, but the formulas are not. This one has a fragrance. It's full coverage, faux filter, my favorite. I love it. It covers everything. But it was a little bit scented, and some people were very sensitive to that. So Huda came out with a new formula, Faux Filter, and this is her Faux Filter Illuminating Matte Foundation. It is scent-free, hypoallergenic. It is a full coverage, and it really gives you a really nice, natural matte finish, but it doesn't make you look dry or anything, and I really love this. This is something that I use whenever I want to really cover up maybe, you know, a pimple or something like that, because it really does do a good job of blurring any of the imperfections that I want to cover up. I also I already use this, the Huda Beauty Pro, what is this? Huda Beauty Complexion Perfection pre-makeup base. Now this is her old one. It's not her new one. It is slightly scented. I'm not sensitive, so I'm able to use this, and I love this. It does give me a wonderful blur effect. I have used it on my face, so this is what I started with. And I also put a little bit of her Overachiever concealer under my eyes and around the areas that I want to brighten. And I also used her Easy Bake powder in Pound Cake. That's the color that I use, and I just set everything, and basically that's all I have on my face right now. So I didn't put the foundation on yet. I just wanted you to see what it looked like with just the primer and the powder, okay, and a little bit of the concealer. So we're gonna get started with the whole look now, so bear with me as I get myself ready, and then we'll put on the foundation. I'll do one half of my face and then leave the other half and show you guys up close so you can see what I mean about the foundations. I also forgot to show you, I also have her stick foundation, which I love for everyday use. This is a medium to full coverage. It's upside down, sorry. Medium to full coverage stick, and I do use this sometimes when I don't want that full coverage look. I just want a little bit more of my skin to show, and it does give you a beautiful look. Let me just give you a little example of that. Just put some here on my cheek. Okay, so this feels very light. It really doesn't feel like you're wearing any foundation. Please bear with me, I'm looking in the mirror. And it matches my skin tone so well, you can hardly see anything, but it has covered up the redness. So I really do enjoy using that little stick. See, it shows through, but it definitely has covered some of the redness. Okay, so we're not using that today. Today we are going to be using my favorite Faux Filter Illuminating Matte foundation from her. Now I use a brush, and I just put a little bit on my hand, and I used 2 pumps. So I'm just going to put a little bit all the way around, and I'll show you one half of my face. I almost forgot and put it on the other half. Okay, and I'll just show you what beautiful coverage this has. Now I like to just close my eyes and put just a little bit, and I do prime my lids, but I just put a little bit of concealer on them this time because I'm not going to be doing a big glam look, so I'm not going to put a base on or anything like that. Now I just wanted you to see how pretty is that. Do you see that? This side of my face, it's nice, flawless finish here. And this side of my face, you can see the blemishes and the discoloration and everything else. And with this, it's just amazing. It covers everything. Now, I'm just gonna dab the rest of it on my face, and a little goes a long way. I do recommend that you moisturize because it is a little dry. It's a, it's a thick cream, so it really does go a long way. So make sure that you've moisturized before you put that primer on. Otherwise, it's going to be, not as easy to spread. And then I would recommend a damp beauty blender. I always dampen my beauty blender because it just helps to seal in. And I always go over my foundation after I've used my brush with my beauty blender just to blur out any edges or any areas where I've noticed that the brush has not deposited the makeup properly. So that's my skin with the Faux Filter foundation, and I love it. I mean, it's just amazing. I always go down my neck. Now this one is a little tiny bit darker than my complexion because we are going into the spring and the summer months soon, and I always like to have a foundation that's a little bit darker just in case. But as you can see, it's not that much of a difference. It just gives me a nice glow. I love it. I really love it. All right, so that's the Huda Beauty Faux Filter foundation. That's her brand new one. I do recommend it. I mean, it's wonderful. I've shown you the stick and the other foundation, and the original Faux Filter foundation performs the same way. It's a nice thick cream, and you only need a little bit. If you don't mind the slight fragrance, it's just as good as the new one, I feel. I have no preference because I'm not very sensitive to that. So all I want in a foundation is good coverage, longevity, and that it feels good on my skin, which this does. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing heavy makeup. And when I use the stick, it's like nothing's on my skin. So love that. Okay, so now what we're gonna do now is just set it with a little bit of her baking powder. And I also have a little secret I'll share with you as soon as I'm done with the baking powder. Now, I don't bake because I am in my 50s, and being in my 50s, if I baked like the young girls and put all that powder underneath my eyes, it would really settle into all of the little fine lines that I have. So what I do, even though this is a very finely milled powder, I just take a little all over powder brush, and I love this brush. I got this brush in my Boxy Luxe box, and it is my favorite. It's big and fluffy, and I don't know what it's from because it doesn't have the name on it, but I did get this in my BoxyCharm box. So BoxyCharmers, hey, definitely worth the money. Now I'm just going to go over everything very lightly, and I mean lightly because you don't need a lot, and it just sets your makeup beautifully, and this will last. I'm not going to say that it's 100% sweat proof because really nothing is. If you're a heavy sweater like me in the summer months, spring summer months, my face is always sweating, but it does last a lot longer than the other foundations, and I feel that if I can just touch up with a little powder and I'm good to go. And I couldn't say that with any other foundation. But my other little secret is this. All right, I know it's not Huda Beauty, but I had to show you what I use as a final powder on my look here. And it is Charlotte Tilbury Flawless what is this? Flawless Airbrush Finish. So this has got a little bit of a tint to it, and it just finishes it by giving it a nice cohesive blur, which I love. And I usually just leave it at the Huda Beauty powder, but this one I've been loving, and I found that the two together, it really makes my makeup look beautiful, flawless, and last a lot longer. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we are going to contour. So I'm going to contour my face, and I'm going to be doing that with Huda Beauty's Tantour. Now this is such a great product. As you get older, using cream products is really something that you should try because it really does make a difference, especially if you have, you know, some fine lines or some creasing on your cheeks or anywhere. This is actually the best bronzer to use because it's a cream and it's so pigmented that just a tiny bit, this is my Luxie brush here with a little angle, just gonna go in and to the top of my ear to where I have a little hollow in my cheek here, just suck in, follow that contour, and a little bit above, just above your hairline. A little bit goes a long way, and you can put as little or as much as you want, but it is so pigmented and so nice, and it just blends beautifully. Now I'm going to probably be putting on a little more. I'm just doing this looking in the phone and in the, you know, the phone camera and here, and it's a little hard to see, so bear with me. I'm just going to be putting a little bit around my hairline, like I said, hollows of my cheeks, and right here underneath my ear and on my jawline, a little bit under my nose. And what I like to do is to take a small brush. This one's a little flat brush, also from Luxie. As you can see, it's a little flat brush. And I just dip it in lightly and create a little shadow on either side of my nose, just to give me a little bit of a contour in my nose. If you have an ethnic nose like I do, I call it my Portuguese nose, then you'll understand what I'm saying. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a contour, a little love, blend that in with my little beauty blender. Isn't that thing cute? I use it to blend around my eyes and just in the little areas, and this basically just gives you a little bit of a shadow, and it helps the nose just have a little bit more contour. A little bit more down around here. There you go. And it just gives it such a nice little contour, and I think it makes the nose look adorable. Okay, so the next thing that I do is I set that with a little powder, take my little beauty blender, dip it into my pound cake, and just a little bit on the sides and in the middle. Bit on the tip there. Now I'm going to leave that there for just a second. It's one of the areas that is not wrinkled on my nose, and just brush that away. There you go. And now I've got a nice little contour on my nose. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to be doing is the eyes. So hold on just a moment while I go off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, I just did my eyebrows off camera because they're tedious and they take a little while, but if you would like me to do an eyebrow tutorial, please let me know. I am now getting to the good part. We're going to be doing the eyeshadow, and then I'm going to be putting on some lashes. We're going to be putting on some magnetic lashes from Glamnetic. These are them. Aren't they pretty? These are called VIP, and I'm going to be putting them on with the magnetic liner. So I will show you all of that in just a moment. Now let's get to this gorgeous palette. Look at this color story. Can you just believe that? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I just love that. So this can actually do a beautiful glam look, but we're just going to do a nice soft look today because, you know, I'm not going out anywhere, and I don't want to have to just do this whole glam look and then just sit in my living room and look glam, you know. I have done that before, I confess. I do it more often than not, but today I just wanted to do a nice everyday makeup look to show you that you can use Huda glam look and also just an everyday look. So I'm going to go in with my nice little fluffy brush from Luxe Brushes, and I'm going to go in with this really pretty pink color right here, this mauvey pink color, and I'm going to use that as my transition shade. And I'm just going to lightly diffuse that over the middle and the outside corner of my eye. And just like her other products, her eyeshadows are so pigmented. You don't have to just roll your brush in it and just really dig in there. They're just so pigmented. And the fallout is decent. I mean, there's really not that much. That's why I did my foundation first instead of my eyes, because I found that with her formulas, I don't have to worry about all of that fallout underneath my eyes. It basically, if you use a primer especially, or a little bit of concealer, it just sticks really well to the lids. And I'm just going to diffuse it a little bit. A little goes a long way, because we're not doing that nighttime look. And now I am going to take another little fluffy brush. Now this one I got in my BoxyCharm box also. I'm really not sure where it's from, and it doesn't have a name on the brush. Oh, yes it does, Lavish. So this is just a fluffy brush, and it's basically just used to diffuse or to just blend. So I'm going to blend that in just a little bit, and then I'm going to go in on the outside corner with this darker maroon color. Now, like I said, these are so pigmented, so I just hold my eye here and do a nice little sweep like I'm doing eyeliner, like we're doing a cat eye. I just kind of bring that there and into my crease, up and around, just a little bit. Now, don't worry about this if it doesn't look perfect. If it, you want it to be more of a elongated eye, you can always clean that up with a little bit of concealer, but just a little bit at the ends here. As you can see, it's really giving a dramatic effect, even though I used very little. So we're going to do that on the other eye. Now, I just dipped it for a quick second and then went right in, and as you can see, it's so pigmented. So just do like a V or a number 7 on the eyelid here, and it just go into your crease and do like a back and forth windshield wiper motion, and just light little circles on the outside. Make sure you diffuse that. Okay. Now, I am going to just blend that a little bit together. Okay, there we go. A little more blending. Okay, looks like I need a little bit more right here, so I'm just going to put a little bit more. There we go. Now, there is a harsh line there, so I'm going to take this pinky color on the top, and I am just going to, with the same brush that I used before, take a little bit and just put that in between, just above, a little bit above where I put, where I stopped the dark liner, and a little bit on my lid, just to give it a nice blended look. Same thing with the other eye. Let's give it a little bit of softness. Let's just diffuse that a little bit. Okay. Now, I am going to take another fluffy brush. It's a little bit bigger, this one. And this one is from Pharaoh. This is a Pharaoh brush. Now, Pharaoh brushes are nice also. I really do like them. And I love the fact that this is a whiter, fluffy brush. See the bristles on that? It's nice and soft, and it really does a very good job of blending in. So wherever you feel that you have a harsh line, like mine is right here in my crease, just diffuse that a little. Just outward little circles. Here we go, right here, windshield wiper motion, and a little bit more on the outside. If you feel that it's too harsh, add a little bit of that pink. Now, my favorite part is going to be putting a topper on this. Now, since I said I'm not going to be going out, let's see if you can see the colors. There you go. There's some really beautiful golds. There's some pink foils. I'm gonna go for the little pinky foil right here on the bottom. And I'm just gonna use my finger, and I'm going to just pick some up. See that pigmentation there? Isn't that crazy? And just put it on my lid. From the corner right to the middle. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Same thing on the other side. And just put as much or as little as you want. They're so pigmented, these foils and these glitters, that it's unbelievable. They just go such a long way. So I am just going to take that big brush from Pharaoh that I showed you. Just gonna clean it a little bit on my hand. But there's no, you know, there's nothing on the brush pretty much. You just used it to diffuse and buff, so there's really nothing there. Now I'm just going to lightly spread that. Little glitter look, and look at that color payoff. Is that not beautiful? I really love it. I love her palettes so much. There's just so much pigmentation and just a pleasure to work with because it's just so easy to do. Now what I like to do is take a little bit of my concealer and just go a little bit in the corners, clean up the corners. For that, I like to use, I have a little mini Shape Tape, but I like to use a little Shape Tape in more of a color closer to your skin and your foundation, so it blends beautifully. And this way you just put a little bit here on the corners, cleans that right up, a little bit in the corner of your eye. There you go. And it cleans up any messes that you may have made, and I really love it. I use my little beauty blender, and it does a beautiful job of just cleaning up that line. Now you can make it as sharp as you want or as round as you want. It's really up to you. Now normally I would spend a lot more time blending, but it looks pretty good. But I'm a perfectionist. I'd be here forever blending. So we're just gonna skip right to the eyeliner. Now, I love Glamnetic lashes, but I have a problem with their eyeliner. Their eyeliner, I've only used the liquid one, but it is, it's irritating to my eyes. It seems to have the kind of formula that is part lash adhesive and part magnetic, so it does clump up my lashes, and it's just like using a regular adhesive. So I really don't like that about that particular eyeliner. So I bought the Ardell magnetic liner, and I have used this before. It's not my favorite, it's not the easiest to use, but I am going to be putting on magnetic lashes with this look, so I am just going to go off camera and do this because I need to look closely to use this. I'm not going to be doing a big dramatic you know, eye look, cat eye look. I will do that in the future. I'll do a glam look, but for now I just want to put these on, and it takes a little bit of precision, so I have to really look closely into the mirror, and I don't want to bore you with that. So I will be right back with the lashes. Okay, I have one of the eyes done with the magnetic liner, and I just wanted to show you, if you make a boo-boo like I did right here in the corner, you can take some micellar water and you can just put some on a Q-tip and just give it a little zhuzh, and now it's good. Now let's see if it worked. Okay, I wanted you guys to see what I go through to get these on, but no, it's actually very, very easy as long as you have the right eyeliner. When you don't, it's crazy. So we just put on a nice thin coat of the eyeliner, wait for it to dry, and there you go. I love the lashes. The lashes are gorgeous. I mean, really, seriously. These are called VIP. See the difference? And I have curled my lashes. I usually use mascara, but because of the fact that I'm using a different eyeliner, I wanted to make sure that it actually worked. So I didn't use the mascara or any of that because I wanted to see how well the eyeliner performed, and it actually did really, really well. So I'm going to use the brush that it came with. I do have a better eyeliner brush. It's on its way. It's not here yet. I ordered a angled brush from Morphe, and Morphe are my favorite brushes. So we're going to be getting that soon. and I will be using that. So we're going to be using a crappy little brush here, a little angle brush that comes with the Ardell. Let's see if you can see that. So I just loaded it up with the gel eyeliner, which I do prefer to use rather than the liquid, especially for us ladies over 40. The liquid eyeliner just seems to settle into those lines, and it makes everything really messy. And I find that I have to mess around with my eyeliner when, you know, I just want to do a quick little wing and a cat eye. It's impossible for me with that liquid eyeliner, but with my gel, beautiful. So the fact that this is a magnetic gel liner makes me very happy. It's not the easiest to work with, especially with this brush, but it does work, and it works much better than the other lash glue for me. So I'm just going to take these off. Now these have a little magnetic line of eyeliner on there so that they stick, and they're wonderful. I just had to trim them a little bit, but I love these lashes. They stay on all day. They don't irritate my eyes, and I find that it's a lot easier for me than packing on a bunch of mascara and, you know, lash glue. That really gets me. Okay, so that's the lashes. What do you guys think? I love them. I know some people will be like, they're butterflies, they're so big, but I love them. They really open up my eyes and give me that wonderful cat eye look that I really love. So I am going to now do a little bit more of the face contour where we left off. I'm going to be using my Huda Beauty palette, and this is such a gorgeous palette. It has a blush and a bronzer, and it also has a cream highlighter, and then this highlight is powdered. All the rest of them are powdered except for this, and if you use the cream highlight over it and then put the powder, you will look like a glowy goddess. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. So I use my contour brush and my blush brush. My contour blush is from Luxie again, and this one is from a beauty brand called Firma, but I love this brush. It's nice and fluffy, it's nice and long, it's got a nice rounded head, and it just puts my blush on beautifully. Okay, so I am going to take my beauty blender and just, since it's nice and damp, and put it on the cream portion, and just put a little bit where I would like my highlight to go. A little bit on the tops. Okay, now this will look a lot better once I get the powder in there. So bear with me. Okay, so we're just going to blend that in. And it gives you such a beautiful highlight. It really does. It's just a gorgeous glow. Now, just going to go in with a little bit more of a glow on my cheeks. Switch to my other brush. And I love that her powders are also shimmery, so they really give you that gorgeous glow effect, and wherever you are, you're going to shine. Can you see that? Really pretty, beautiful effect. Okay, now I am going to find my beauty blender and then I'm just going to blend this in a little bit, get rid of some of those harsh lines. Okay. Now, for the last thing we're going to do is lips. Now, I do have a ton. I mean, a ton. This is just a small portion of my beauty hoard as far as Huda. These are all Huda lipsticks, and I absolutely love them. And what I like to do is I like to take a lip liner of hers, And of course it doesn't have the name on it. It's worn off. I've had it for a while, but I am going to just, I used a little bit of a lip cream just to moisturize my lips. And now I'm going to line my lips. I like to overline just a little bit. Start at the bottom. And the bow. Now, I don't go all the way to the corners because as you age, your lipstick can really just settle into those fine lines. So I kind of just round it off and stop it right before the corner. And finish the ends. This is a very creamy formula. I love Huda's formulas. I don't know if you see that. It's a nice creamy lip liner. And I just like to fill it in a little bit. It's almost the color of my lips, so it's hard to tell, but it is doing a nice job of giving me that really nice base. Now I am going to go in with my favorite lipstick from her, and it is Honeymoon. I love it. It's such a pretty, this is her Power Bullet Matte Lipstick in Honeymoon, and that's the color, and I just love it. It's just such a pretty color. I love her mattes. They're not drying. And they go on beautifully. And they have a gorgeous color payoff. What do you guys think? Isn't that pretty? Now, I like to diffuse that just a tiny bit. And finish it off with a little bit of her liquid lipstick. And this one is Bombshell. And like I said, I love her products. Her lip products are gorgeous. And the liquid lipstick, you can tell it's got emollients in it. It's got some kind of coconut oil or something. It makes your lips feel luxurious and beautiful. So that is my look. Full face of Huda Beauty products. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and please let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see me do a glam look. This is just my going to the store or hanging out with my husband so I don't scare him. He'll be like, oh yeah, wow, that's my wife, I remember. And you know, you gotta, sometimes you just gotta go put on some makeup and just make yourself feel good, right? All right, everybody, it was a pleasure to do this for you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe, hit that notification bell, and YouTube will let you know when I upload my next video. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me today, and have the best day ever. Stay beautiful. Peace.